In Hong Kong on Sunday, hundreds of journalists took to the streets. They were protesting the beating of 3 Hong Kong journalists by riot police in China's Xinjiang region. Here's more.
The beating of 3 Hong Kong journalists by riot police in China's Xinjiang region has spurred outrage among media back in Hong Kong. Hundreds of journalists marched from the Western Police Station on Hong Kong Island to the Chinese liaison office on Sunday. They are calling for better protection for Hong Kong journalists working in mainland China. The 3 journalists from Hong Kong's Now TV and TVB were reporting on riots in Urumqi after a spat of syringe stabbing. They say they were running to escape tear gas when police tackled them. Police pinned them to the ground and beat them. The director of the Xinjiang Government Information Office apologized for the beatings during a press conference last week, but she accused the journalists of refusing to show their press passes. TVB journalist Liu Yongqian says he showed them his press pass right away, but police ignored it, and during the beating, his pass eventually fell off. His colleague, Now TV cameraman Lam Chun-wai, says he can't believe the way they were treated.
Before I was beaten up, I felt there were less restrictions for reporters and that China was more open. Because I was stationed in Beijing and Shanghai before, I thought China was more open than before. After I was arrested, I realized China remains like in the old days. Before, I didn't believe the negative reports and stories of injustice in China, but now I realize they're true.
The journalists say they were punched and kicked, then detained with hands tied behind their backs on Friday, September 4th. Chairman of the Democratic Party in Hong Kong, Albert Ho, condemned the actions of authorities in Xinjiang.
We are very concerned that this unlawful repressive action by the Public Security Bureau would not only cause injustice to the reporters, it would stifle the freedom of reporting.
Others say this is a reflection of media freedom being further undermined in China.
I think this is getting worse, and I think unless people were to stand up and say that this is not acceptable, certainly not acceptable to a modern China.